Hey folks, Jeff here. I just want to share a bit with you about our upcoming program called The New Male. It's a live program that we're doing in Santa Cruz. And if you're a man who has ever struggled with issues of love, sex, intimacy, romance, money, power, your place in the world, all of the biggies, you're certainly far from alone. It's a very challenging time for many men right now. The old way, whatever that was, meaning the old models of power or what it means to be a man, no longer work. I'm not sure they ever really worked. And the new way isn't exactly clear what it is it's wanting to be born in and through us as men. You may be a single man who's wanting to attract a relationship into your life, to attract someone special into your life, and to create the kind of relationship that you really want. You may be married or in a committed relationship, in which case you may be looking to renew your relationship, to breathe a greater sense of romance and enchantment into your relationship and into your life. You may be looking to find a new place in the world with your work and with what it is that you're really here to do as a man and as a human being in this life. So I can say that in my own life, I have struggled many years with these issues. I struggled at one time and actually did go through a significant, clear transformation. I had done many workshops, probably over 100 workshops and many spiritual retreats. Probably spent 3 or 4 years of my life in meditation retreats. Had done psychotherapy, men's workshops. And I did in fact experience important transformations in general in my life, and also in many areas of my life. But they didn't suffuse my relationship to sexuality and my relationships with women, and in some ways my place in the world. And I actually then did find certain practices that made a tremendous difference in those areas, and then had what I could only refer to as a kind of divine download at 3 o'clock in the morning that gave me insight into the way that I've been living my life and into the ways that it could transform in those very tender, sensitive, hot-button issues. And there are ways to experience sexual energy and our life force and to transmute that energy in ways that are deeply fulfilling in a lasting way, so that sexual energy is not something that pulls us out of ourselves or is even a fleeting pleasure, but is a source of lasting, abiding joy and a greater love that expresses itself in all of our relationships and in our place in the world. And part of that is about methods and techniques, but part of it is about something deeper. Some of the techniques and methods actually are things that are not appropriately spoken about in public. They're practices that we will look at in private because they're very powerful and need to be introduced very carefully, and that power needs to be used wisely and responsibly. It can have an impact on the women that you attract into your life, on the way that you live your life, so on and so forth. And they're not just about techniques, but about something within you, about a kind of innate wisdom that exists within you that's longing to express itself. Some people have asked about the methods or modalities that we'll be using. There are actually many that come from performance psychology and leadership training and psychotherapy and spiritual practices and various tantric traditions, and also what I sometimes refer to as deep mindfulness practice. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you've been involved with some kind of mindfulness practice in the past or some kind of spiritual practice. What I call deep mindfulness practice is a particular way of awakening your recognition of who or what you truly are, as is discussed in Zen and Advaita and other traditions, and also touches into that which is most passionate within you, that longs to reach full expression in your life. So it's a little bit different. There's a kind of twofold aspect that we look at actually experientially, practically, that you can experience. And what you find is that the most tender, vulnerable, sensitive, or wounded, challenging place within you is also something that exists in the world. And your own healing and transformation has a ripple effect in the world. You are not alone. What I hope you'll take even from this short video is a clear sense that you're not alone and that you'll find the sources of support that help you to nourish and sustain the kinds of positive transformation that you really want in your life. This program isn't for everyone. If it does resonate for you, I very much look forward to working with you. We'll be working with guest teachers Charles Muir and Lee Holden, and we'll be exploring some really great stuff together. We won't just be sitting in rooms talking. We will do some of that, and it'll be a safe space to share together, but we'll also be doing things outside, and we'll be doing some very vital, valuable practices together. And finally, I want to give thanks to my partner, Martina. Part of the transformation in my own life was that there were transformations that actually brought into being a new kind of relationship that I had experienced in the past, where both of us entered with a clear sense of intention and clarity about what it is that we were looking for, and an openness to the ways that life wanted to express itself in, as, and through us. And then in relationship, there are also things that I've learned that frankly I could never have learned on my own. And so I'm grateful to Martina, and I'm grateful to you for having taken the time to watch this video. If this is something that resonates, I look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you. Take care.